Well, I guess today the world is just dead set on ticking me off. So, we're going to be talking about a few topics. We're going to be talking about MGM and something they did in a little bit. And we're going to be talking about, well, a few different things. Here's the deal, though. The primary thing ticking me off as of late, the primary thing that's got me so flippin' angry is the fact that I've seen this. I've seen people who, I mean, this ticks me off even more than people who just, sit there friggin' trolling about it or thinking it's funny. I mean, those people are pretty screwed up in the head to think that they should be joking about that. Then even more screwed up if they mean it. But what's really, really ticking me off are the people who pretend to care. People who pretend to care. And the reason I say they pretend to care is because they're, oh yeah, wow, oh my god, genuinely concerned. But then they frickin' make a big deal out of anime and manga and video games and how this could delay them, or how if this person is injured or this company was damaged or whatever, this could slow down this. It's not about the fact that this person could be dead. It's not about the fact that this company suffered a huge loss. It's not about the fact, even more so that a lot of people are dead. It's the fact that they're so freaking obsessed with whatever, be it anime, manga, games, that they actually don't care about human beings. So let me put this in perspective for you. Giant freaking earthquake. So big that it shifted the world's axis and moved the coast of Japan. Okay, the coastlines have moved like 8 feet. There was a freaking tsunami swept inland, toppled the railways, collapsed overpasses down. I mean, oh my god, cut off power. As a result of the power outages that occurred, a nuclear reactor shut down and the cooling system in the nuclear reactors began shutting down, and they're overheating now. Because this friggin' tidal wave knocked out the power. There are 10,000 people dead in Japan right now, at least. That body count is climbing as they're finding more and more. They're finding more bodies. They're finding more people. There are people that could die of radiation poisoning now in some places. And you're concerned about fictional characters with spiky hair and superpowers. Wow. I'm just going to go on the record and say, what in God's name is wrong with you people? I mean, you know what? You would think that you people have a brain. You would think that you people have the ability to feel. I don't think you have it anymore. I really don't. I mean, dude, oh, God. I want you to listen to yourself for a second. Oh my God, Japan got hit by a tsunami. Japan got hit by an earthquake. Thousands of people are dead. More could die. I hope this doesn't delay the release of my favorite game. I hope this doesn't delay the release of my favorite comic. Because, oh, God forbid that those thousands of people should inconvenience you by dying and thus delay your little comic book, right? But I swear to God, as much as I love my stuff, as much as I love my shows, my series, I would give them up, never see them again, throw out what I do have of them if it could bring those people back. I would. Whereas you guys seem to just hope that they're not a roadblock to getting more of it. And you make me sick. Moving right along to MGM. Now this is the lovely, lovely part. MGM announced a remake of Red Dawn some time ago. And the movie was getting made, nothing really anyone could do about it. Now, me normally am against remakes of classic movies because, they tend to screw them up. In some cases, they'll even take the message of the movie and flip it around so it's pointed in a different direction. I mean, an example was the Manchurian Candidate. That had a specific um, target in the original release, and then in the remake, they just, flipped the thing. It's like, seriously, why? But anyway, not the point, though. The point is, it's like this movie was intended to convey a certain message. Don't change that message. You can do, you can update it, you can do whatever, but you gotta at least try to keep the point, I mean, when movies are made with a specific point, I think out of respect, you should try to keep to that point. And to my surprise, they did. For those of you who don't know what Red Dawn was, it was a movie that came out in the 1980s. Had Patrick Swayze, Leah Thompson, Charlie Sheen when he was still sober. Yes, hard as that is to believe. Basically, the Soviet Union invaded the United States via a series of alternate historical events, and that's what it does. It takes a big event in history, and it's like, what if this had gone differently? And so this happened, and then as a result, this happens, this happens, this happens, this happens. One of the big things is that Gorbachev wasn't serious about dismantling the Soviet Union. It was a ploy, and then he turned around and attacked, Now, what they were going to do in this movie, since they clearly can't do it with the Soviets anymore, because there is no more Soviet Union, was they switched it to China. And they had a series of events, alternate history, where a radical, militaristic person had somehow seized control of China's government, because everyone keeps saying, "Oh, China wouldn't do this," they're an economic partner. Be that as it may, that's why there's an alternate history leading up to this, just like in the original Red Dawn. So it does make sense. And of course, China throwing a hissy fit, even though even some members of their government disagreed with this move, overall voted to ban the movie before it was even done. And so, as a result, even though the writers had their point, the directors had their point, they were all 100% okay with this. The actors were okay with it. It's alternate history here, people. Okay? MGM decided, well, we don't want to risk alienating China, who has already banned the movie. So we're going to strike out everything that mentions China, digitally alter it to North Korea. Now you got the writer who's pretty darn ticked off, because now he has to go back and rewrite historical events again to be involving China or North Korea instead of China. Which, this will be fun. Because, see, the thing about China is that China's a world power, North Korea is not. Now, if they go unchecked, they could seriously become a world threat, yes, but they're not right now, and this is supposed to be set in the now, not in the quote-unquote not-too-distant future. I mean, they did that with Homefront, sure, that game that just came out, but again, this is set, 26 years in the future or something like that. It's a ways in the future. This is set in the here and now, so they're going to have to do some very creative rewriting in order to make that possible. Oh, happy day. So yeah, they just gave the writers and the director a swift kick in the butt and said, you know what, screw you and your intent. We don't want to risk alienating the Chinese market by making them look bad in a single movie wherein they've been taken over by a radical. So, we're changing this. And the funny part is China still hasn't unbanned that film. So they're changing it for what? As to my knowledge, China has made no move to restore that film to the list of movies that are allowed in the country. So, yeah. I'm really not seeing why they're doing this. To me, I don't know, it makes no sense. But, you know what? Whatever. The problem here is that normally, for a move like that, I'd say fine, forget it, I'm not seeing it. But the writer, the director, even the actors, they worked really hard on it. They tried very hard to keep it in the same spirit as the original film. Um, a very patriotic movie, a movie with a message. But, they went ahead and pulled this on them. So I can't just say, I'm not going to see it. I can't do that because I want to support this because at least the theme is still there. It's just that the fact that MGM has no spine really ticks me off. So, you know. This, by the way, after China helped finance the movie, during the Korean War, we were portrayed as evil and the North Koreans were portrayed as heroic. But I digress. Anywho, there you go. There's a lot of what's ticking me off lately, and it's just, oh god, there's so much BS going on lately. And also, I'm just gonna throw this out there down there in the description. I'm gonna put a link. I want you guys to, if you haven't already, please click on it, and whatever you can, please donate it to help out Japan. I mean, they need it, guys. Okay, they really need help right now. There's other countries you can choose to donate to as well if you like. That are also going to need help. This is a charity site, and So, anyways, that being said, I mean, these guys work in Haiti still. They do work with Japan. At any rate, I guess that's it for now, and I will catch y'all later.